Hey traders, this is Ron Hayden at Market Tamer. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys had a great day. As always, nothing in this presentation shall constitute a recommendation to buy or sell any security. Trading stocks and options involves risk, and specific financial issues should always be addressed with your financial advisor. Kick off here with the Dow ETF. The diamond's up about 1 point today, or 100 points on the Dow. Target remains the orange line, which is your institutional moving average. The 50-day SMA coincides with that 243, 244 area. So it's looking at some pretty good technical symmetry right there. If we take a look at the Qs just for something different, Qs were up 0.29%. They're still in this downtrending channel, if you will, but they're coming in really close. We talked about this yesterday to the 50-day. If we get above the 50-day, then we go up here to the 200-day, which ties in with some of these other previous highs or thereabouts. Now, yesterday, I did a webinar on the hottest stocks for the new year and how these stocks just keep living up to expectations more than they don't. I mean, the data is pretty incredible when you think about it. Stocks that go up 70, 80, 90+% of the time by double digits over specific time periods. One of the stocks I brought to you during this big decline was November, December, was Netflix. I hit the stock symbol. And look what happened the moment the calendar turned to January. This stock is up over 50 plus points, up over 18%. So you're talking as much as 50 points, as much as 18+% right in front of the earnings report, which is due towards about a week from now. Knowing how stocks stay in downtrends and then being able to spot when they move higher. And the same thing goes for bullish stocks rolling over. A perfect example was AMD. I mean, AMD basically doubled its share value over the course of about a month, and then it gave it back over a month and a half. I mean, it's crazy. These patterns keep playing out over and over. So instead of seeing value destroyed on AMD, instead of saying, geez, I wonder when Netflix might have a good shot at a rally, let me show you what I'm talking about. Yesterday's webinar, max capacity, we literally broke the webinar room. So if you didn't make it in, and a lot of folks didn't, here's what I'm going to do. This Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific, we're going to do another webinar on the top 10 proven bullish and bearish stocks for the new year. I will show you bullish. I will show you bearish. Whatever the market wants to do, that's going to be a-okay with us. We do not care. But whether the airlines start, pardon the pun, crashing in December and they have tough Januaries, if you had access to this data, you would have known it. And if you look at stocks like JetBlue or Delta or American, knowing that this is the window when it happens is priceless. Knowing when AMD falls in late summer, early fall, priceless. Knowing that Netflix, knowing that other stocks start ripping higher beginning of January. Not all of them, just certain ones have historical track records of doing this. That's what I'm going to share with you on Saturday. Please be there, register ASAP. If you're getting this via email, click the button. If you're watching this on YouTube, right below the video, there's a little text from YouTube saying, click here for more details. Click it. The little link will be right there. Register ASAP. This will be an encore event. I very much look forward to seeing you guys there. All right, Macy's. How about some retail stocks? So Macy's got whacked today. I read a report they had lower guidance. It was not good. It's a bit of a high wave doji, but man, you're all the way down here. At this point, I'd have to go back on a 2-year chart of Macy's and say, you blew through this area. Your next support, 2250. That's almost 20% lower. Not saying it's going to get there, but it is not looking good right now. How about Kohl's? Well, Kohl's was gapping lower with Macy's, but it went back to the highs of the day. Still lower than where we opened yesterday. This one's holding up pretty good. We need to get back above, if I zoom in here, we need to get above that close, which is essentially $70 from just yesterday. If that were to happen, target's all the way up here. That's over a 10, maybe 15% run. So I am liking the way Kohl's acted today. I was able to recoup some losses. Yes, it was still down nearly 5%, but I wonder if that wasn't a little bit of a capitulation type move. We'll keep an eye on it. Here is Target. Target reported pretty good holiday sales from what I read. Their line in the sand is 72.50. We get above there, gap fill to 77.50 would be the big prize. And how about BBBY, Bed Bath & Beyond? Big jump, big volume, but look where this thing has come. Back in 2017, 2 years ago, it was around $38 or so. Now we're sitting down here. We were as low as 11. Now we're up to 14. So today was a huge pop, nearly 17%. I like how the stock closed at the highs of the day. Huge volume. That tells me that I don't know if this is going to be some overhead supply or even here. Once we hit 15, gap fill up into the 18 area. If I was going to consider trading this bullish, I would think about using the 20-day EMA as a potential trailing stop. And how about DECK? Here's Decker's Outdoors. I want to bring this one in because we could be seeing a trend change here. The last time it hit the 200-day was back in the October when we had a pullback. It then zoomed higher, consolidated. But if I give you a little close up here, this high and this high are pretty equal. Then we get a lower high. These are ever so slight lower lows, and today we basically sell off, close the lows of the day. The 200 days at 0.92, we are at 0.61, 113.61. We've broken it, not by much, but it is a break. This becomes the target down here, 104-ish. If that falls, then we're coming all the way down into the 90s. So heads up here, there might be a trend change on deck. And then how about solar stocks? We haven't talked about these guys in a while. If I zoom in, their peak was essentially in May. We had opposing bars down here in the end of October, beginning in November, but there was no follow through. Then we rolled over, but we put in a higher low. Interesting. Now we're just marching higher and we just closed over the previous peak. I would say from a technical perspective, there's nothing wrong with targeting the 200-day SMA in purple. That's an institutional moving average. That would be the next target. Well, that's 53 or so. It's a ways off considering the stock's only at 48, 10+%. And then here is JKS, which is Jinko Solar. It was up 6+% today, and it's also flirting with the previous highs, but here we have 3 consecutive higher lows. So I like this. If it breaks the 200-day, I mean, you can make an argument and say 18 will be the target because this was such a little pop and then a drop. The fact that we're already making higher lows and higher highs, yeah, that's a target, but I think the real target is up there at those lows before we fell off that little cliff right there. All right, so there you have it. Please remember, please register for this event. Give me 5 minutes of your time. I will show you the hottest proven bullish and bearish stocks. If you want stocks that only go up 85% of the time or more over the coming weeks, I can show you that. If you want bearish stocks, I can show you that. Within the first 5 minutes of going live, you will see these stocks. I promise you're going to enjoy it. Please register at the link below or in the email I sent you. Wish you guys all the very best. Have a great day, and I'll be back with you in Sunday's video.